Hey, good morning, college football fans, Clemson fans out there. Tiger Paul Craven coming back at you with another video. I just want to talk about, I wanted to get this video out earlier, but, you know, I've just been busy with work and stuff like that. You guys know how that is, I'm sure. But I just want to talk about and give, you know, kind of my thoughts about what happened in the NC State game and, you know, go over some of the stats and kind of, you know, just give my overall thoughts on kind of the game and where we're at, you know, as a program. So starting off, if you guys watched my previous video, I did like a quick little, maybe 5-6 minute video. I think it was 30 minutes before kickoff. I just came out and hopped in my car and just recorded a little video talking about what I expected in the game and whatnot. And I took the bait, fellas. Go back and watch the video. Go back and watch the NC State preview video. I took the bait. I took it hook, line, and sinker. I took the bait. I tell you that right now. I thought I would see a different offense against North Carolina State. I thought after the two abysmal performances against Georgia Tech and Georgia that we would figure out, hey, we knew North Carolina State was going to run a similar defense to what Georgia Tech ran. And the whole week leading up to the North Carolina State game, all the coaching staff kept saying was, well, they played a scheme that we weren't prepared for, a scheme that they hadn't put on tape before. We weren't expecting it. It caught us off guard, yada, 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 right? That's what we got. That's what we got fed going into the North Carolina State game. So me, probably like an idiot, I believed him, right? I said, hey, glare, man. I said, hey, I believe our coaching staff. Hey, maybe they really weren't expecting that look against Georgia Tech. Maybe Georgia Tech has never really played too much of that type of defense, and they didn't expect them to attack them that way. So I was like, all right, well, they know going into the North Carolina State game that North Carolina State's going to play a three-man front, and they're going to drop 6 to 8, right? 6 to 8 people. They're probably going to keep two backers in the box, and they're either going to bail or they're going to crash down on the run, right? So that's what happened. And I'll tell you what, if you go back and look at my video, I said I think DJ has some stuff going on in between his ears, in his head. It's in his head. DJ Uiagalelei is more than talented enough to be the starting quarterback for Clemson and to be one of the best starting quarterbacks in the country. He is more than talented enough to do that. However, he's not really living up to the bidding right now, and I think it's in his head. So what I said in my preview video, I said, hey, I think if he gets rolling early, I think if he sees a few passes leave his hand, get caught by the receiver, maybe some passes downfield that get caught, you know, maybe run a little bit, you know, just get his competitive juices going, because getting hit seems to hype him up. That's just me, outsider looking in, right? And first drive of the game, it was more of the same in the Clemson offense, right? Bam, 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 punt the ball. Second drive of the game, we went, 5 plays, 80 yards for a touchdown. I mean, DJ threw a dime. He avoided the rush, stepped out to the right, and threw a dime to Ngata. I think it was Ngata. I mean, it was a beautiful throw. It was amazing. Then he had that long run that put him down inside in the red zone. And then he obviously threw the touchdown pass or whatever. But you know, after that drive, it was the second drive of the game, and I was like, this is exactly what I was talking about in my pregame video, in my preview video. This is what I was talking about. DJ needed to get running early. He needed to see some passes fall for him. He needed to have some positive things happen, and then maybe that would translate into, you know, a good game. Maybe he could start rolling with some confidence. But then, like, what was it? The next, like, 7 drives or something were 3 and outs. The next 7 drives were, like, 3 and outs, where we gained, like, a total of, like, 7 yards or something like that. I mean, it was something crazy. Maybe that's an exaggeration. I don't know. Go look at the stats. But, like, it was crazy. We went 5 plays, 80 yards, and then the next 7 drives, we went 3 and out. And I think one of them was a pick. So that was 2 and out. You know, I mean, it was crazy. 7 drives for 7 yards or something like that, or 10 drives for something. I don't know what it was. It's a crazy stat. Go look at it. It's absolutely insane. It doesn't even make sense. And here's the thing. It would be one thing if Clemson did not have the talent on offense. If we didn't have the talent on offense, that would be one thing. But Clemson does have the talent. We recruit with the best teams in the country every year. Okay, so I'm not saying Clemson has to make the playoffs every year. I'm not saying we have to play for a national championship every year. But 2-2 in September with losses to I mean, Georgia's a good loss, quote-unquote good loss, if that's even a thing. I don't care about good losses. A loss is a loss, right? But we got losses to Georgia and North Carolina State. We don't even control our destiny in the ACC now. We need North Carolina State to lose 2 games. And not only do we need that, we need to go on and win the entire ACC, which, judging by the offensive play, not a guarantee at this point. Not a guarantee at all at this point. The defense, I know a lot of people are talking about the defense right now, or at least I've heard a couple, probably the loud ones, saying, well, the defense gave up this and the defense gave up that. Look, the defense was on the field for like 42 or 43 minutes in that game. 42 or 43 minutes in a 60-minute game. Let that sink in. How do you expect them? Like, what more do you want them to do? Now, granted, I'll give you, the defense made some key mistakes in that game. The defense made some key not false starts, but jumping off sides in some key moments. There was a 4th and 3 where North Carolina State was clearly not going to run a play. And then, you know, Clemson just gives them the first down, fresh set of downs, extends that drive. There was a couple 3rd downs where I think Clemson jumped offside and extended drives. They did have a few key penalties that extended North Carolina State drives. And that's on the defense. That's discipline issues. That's not knowing, you know, situational football, not knowing the situation you're in. So, I mean, that's on them. But overall, if you look at it, I mean, these dudes were beaten and battered. They were on the field damn near the whole game. I mean, they were on the field the whole game. It's crazy. Go look it up. Time of possession. Time of possession was like 42 minutes them and like 17 or 18 minutes us, something like that. Go look it up. It was crazy. Like, that's not winning football. Like, you can't keep putting your defense out there 3 and out after 3 and out after 3 and out after 3 and out and expect them to just like it's almost like the Clemson defense this year has to hold teams to 0 points or 3 points. Well, nope, not even 3 points, because we held Georgia to 3 points on defense and we still lost the dang game. So Clemson's defense I guess we got to call Brent Venables up and be like, hey, Brent, sorry, but we're going to need you to not let anyone score the rest of the season so that maybe we can get into the ACC championship game and get into a decent bowl game. I mean, that's kind of where we are right now, right? I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, to be completely honest. And I think Dabo knows it. I think he's out here saying the right things in front of the media. He's supporting his coaches. He's supporting his players. But Dabo knows that there's a huge problem. He knows this is not acceptable. And they can say we've had all this success for all these years. You're right. You have had all this success for all these years. But guess what comes with that success? When you start underachieving compared to what the standard you have set. That's the motto in Clemson, right? All in, best is the standard. When you start underachieving for that, don't then get mad at your fans because they're calling you out. Because guess what? The fans are the reason that Tony Elliott's getting paid $2 million a year. They're the reason that Clemson can afford to pay an offensive coordinator $2 million a year or 2.1 or whatever he's making. They're the reason that Dabo gets paid, $8-9 million a year. They're the reason that Brent Venable gets paid $2 million a year or whatever he makes. Fans are the reason. We buy the tickets. We buy the merchandise. You got alum that are donating millions of dollars to facilities and to get things built and to better things for the team. So don't get mad at your fans when we start calling you out. Because we're just holding you to the standard that you set. You set the standard. Now we're going to hold you to it. That's just my thoughts on it. Some stats for the game. First downs. Clemson had 10. North Carolina State had 31. 31 to 10. Crazy stats, man. Total yards. Clemson had 214. North Carolina State had 386. I mean, it's not good, guys. It's not good. It's not good at all. Rushing yards, 103 to 148. We did do better on yards per rush than them. We had 4.5. They had 2.9. So that was good. But unfortunately, we just lost our RB1, Will Shipley, for, 3-4 weeks. Hopefully he comes back. They're saying it's something with his tibial area, his tibia, some sort of fracture or something like that, 3 to 4 weeks. So, I mean, I'm glad he didn't tear his ACL like Brian Brzee. I mean, the defense is dropping like flies. Tyler Davis is having bicep surgery. Brian Brzee is out with a torn ACL for the season now. You got Skowski, who, can't make a hit with his shoulder without getting a stinger, and that's not his fault. I mean, he's just, once you start getting stingers, anybody who's ever played football knows, once you start getting stingers, man, they just start coming. It's crazy. They just start coming. So overall thoughts on the game, piss poor performance by the offense, and that's the reason North Carolina State was able to win. That's the reason that North Carolina State was able to eventually wear our defense down. I think Clemson ran I think it was 49 plays to North Carolina State's 96 plays. So they ran 47 more plays than we did. And you expect our defense to not give up points. And then let's talk about the overtime, right? Clemson did not deserve to win this game. Don't get me wrong. But let's talk about this overtime. We had 3rd and 5. What did we do on 3rd and 5? We did a drop back pass. And if you go back and look at it, the drop back pass on 3rd and 5, the defense got in there so fast. The only thing that DJ could have done was either take a sack or throw it out of the back of the end zone. And he threw it out of the back of the end zone. Why would you do a drop back pass in that situation? At that point in time in the game, Boston College has already scored their second touchdown in overtime. They missed the 2-point conversion. So you still have a chance to win this game. But you need to get this ball in the end zone. So at this point, you have 2 plays to get 5 yards. And you call a drop back pass. A slow developing pass to the end zone. That's what you call. And even if you were going to call a pass to the end zone, why wouldn't you move the pocket? Why would you just stand there and drop DJ back, knowing that this offensive line play has been abysmal through 4 weeks of football? Why would you call that? Move the pocket at least. At a minimum, move the pocket. But no. And then what do we do on 4th down? 4th and 5. Drop back pass. It wasn't the worst pass in the world. Ross, I think, lost it in the air or something. Maybe he didn't see it. I'm not really sure what happened, and that was the game. But that's just bad play calling on Tony Elliott's part. The offense is the reason we're losing games right now. The only reason that we have had an opportunity to win any game outside of South Carolina State, I mean, they shouldn't even be on the field with us. So don't even, we're not even talking about that game. The only reason that Clemson has had a chance to win the 3 other games we played outside of South Carolina State is because of the defense. And we've lost 2 of them, not because of the defense, but because of the offense. Literally, the offense handed Georgia the game. The only reason Georgia won is because of a pick 6. The offense tried to hand Georgia Tech the game. And then they handed North Carolina State the game by going 3 and out, 7, 8, 9, 10 times? I don't know how many times we went 3 and out. I know we went on a streak of 7 3 and outs after our touchdown drive, but I can't remember how many we did for the whole game. It's absolutely ridiculous. So offense has got to get it figured out, man. I'll probably make a video probably today or tomorrow just on my thoughts on overall where Clemson goes from here. And, what I think we need to do, what I think is going to happen in the future, what I think is going to happen for this season. I'll probably put that video out later today or maybe tomorrow, so you guys be on the lookout for that. Hey, if you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. I'm just getting started, man. I'm just a guy out here talking into his phone, diehard college football fan, diehard Clemson fan. And I appreciate you guys' support. Tiger Paul out.